In today's top health story, an angry mob attacked the Ebola quarantine center in Monrovia's densely populated West Point Township on Saturday evening. Assistant Health Minister Tolbert Nienswa said all of the patients had been moved to another medical facility. But conflicting reports have been received by news sources, one stating that 17 had escaped while 10 others were taken away by their families. Now, there's a lot of ignorance and suspicion surrounding the Ebola virus in Liberia, where more than 400 people are known to have died from the virus out of a total of 1,145 deaths recorded in West Africa by the World Health Organization this year. Now, some news sources say the looting is a result of angry citizens who don't want the quarantine center in their neighborhood, while others don't believe Ebola is real in the first place. Either way, they want the center to close. So, in addition to removing all the patients that were still alive, they looted the quarantine center, which is the most frustratingly idiotic piece of news I've heard in a while. Let's bear in mind, okay, that Ebola spreads by contact with infected person's bodily fluids, such as sweat and blood, right? And no cure or vaccine is currently available, barring ZMapp or the Canadian vaccine that they're still in testing stages, right? The people who broke into the quarantine center stole blood-stained mattresses, bedding, and medical equipment, according to an anonymous report given by a senior police officer. If people actually use these stolen items or even come into contact with them without proper protection and without following the proper kind of hygiene that is necessary to avoid contracting the virus, this looting spree could spread the virus to the whole of the West Point area. That means an estimated 50,000 people now have a very direct and very real risk of catching the virus. And now the one medical center in the area treating it has been dismantled. Great. In case you haven't been following the story, the current Ebola epidemic began in Guinea in February and has since spread to Liberia, Sierra Leone, and Nigeria. While a few infected persons have been treated and recovered from the virus, according to statistics released by the World Health Organization on Friday, the death toll in the epidemic has risen to 1,145 after 76 new deaths had been reported in the 2 days up to August 13. To date, there have been 2,127 reported cases of persons infected in the outbreak. Maybe I'm lacking in empathy, but I can't even begin to understand the mindset of the people who have done this. They know people are dying all around them. Even if they don't believe Ebola is real and that it's what's killing people, wouldn't that prompt them to just avoid contact with other people? Especially items belonging to people who have died from whatever is going around. Can someone please shed some insight into their mindset for me in the comments? And any other thoughts you may have about this latest development in the Ebola epidemic spreading across West Africa?